Have you ever been on a road that feels like it goes on forever? Not just the miles of asphalt, but the road of your life. For me, that road was Interstate 80. It's more than just a highway. It's a character in countless stories, a ribbon of concrete tying together the vast open spaces of America. And for many, it's a path of escape, a journey away from something, or maybe, if you're lucky, towards something better. My story with I-80 really begins in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I was 3 days out from Tulsa, running on fumes both in my truck and in my soul. I pulled off the exit, the fuel light blinking like a desperate heartbeat, and found a little diner that looked like it had been there since the dawn of time. That's where I met her, a waitress with an anchor tattoo on her wrist. She didn't just pour me water. She looked at me, really looked, and asked where I was headed. I told her the truth. Nowhere, really. Just away from there. And she just nodded. It was a nod of complete understanding, like she'd served that same sentiment to 100 other weary travelers sitting in that very booth. She told me about her brother who drove out to Oregon and just vanished, never wrote back. She said something that stuck with me ever since, sometimes leaving easier than learning what you lack. Man, that hit hard. It's one thing to run from your problems, but it's another to face the emptiness inside that making you run in the first place. And there, in that Iowa diner in the middle of October with the cornfields cut down to stubble, I felt that emptiness. The landscape was so flat, so wide open, it was like there was nowhere to hide from yourself. You could see everything you didn't know, everything you were missing. But the pie was good, the radio played the same old songs, and for a moment it felt like a strange kind of home. The woman at the counter, this stranger, somehow saw me, the real me, without even knowing my name. She brought me the meatloaf special, and as the lunch rush slowed down, she sat with me. She pulled out a worn photo of her 80-year-old daughter. She talked about the girl's father working a tough job up in Waterloo, sending what little he could. She was just laying her life out on the table, honest and unvarnished, and her openness made me open up. I found myself telling this waitress things I hadn't told a soul. About the house I'd abandoned, the mess I'd made, the regrets I was trying to outrun. I told her how every mile of that highway looked the same, a monotonous blur of my own failure. She listened, and then she smiled, a real, genuine, but tired smile. She said, "Staying still is harder," and she was right. It's easy to keep moving, to keep running. The real challenge is to stop, to plant your feet, and to deal with your life. When I went to pay, she did something I'll never forget. She wrote her phone number on the back of my receipt. She said if I was ever passing through again, there was a second shift job and a spare room waiting for me. In that simple gesture, she offered me a lifeline. She showed me that sometimes salvation isn't some grand miracle. Sometimes it's just a cup of coffee and a kind word in a diner off the interstate. I never called that number, but I still have that receipt. It's folded up in my wallet, a constant reminder. It's been 7 months now since I got my life together. I'm still figuring it all out day by day. But whenever that old urge to run comes back, whenever I hear the call of the open road, I think of her. I think of Iowa. And I remember that unexpected moment of grace, that kindness from a stranger that changed everything. That's the power of the road. It connects places, but more importantly, it connects people. It strips you down and shows you who you are. And if you're paying attention, it can lead you exactly where you need to be, even if it's just a humble diner in the heartland. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've got a road story of your own, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales from the road. See you next time.